Okay.
So it's NFT Game Day, but we haven't shared this out anywhere. So how do you feel about like just listening to some tunes for a second, and we can all share this out and just kind of get in the mood a little bitty bit, and then play the one with the Rockets. Although,
yeah, let's do that.
Did you see like I need to get a new video because the NFT Game Day thing that we have right now is like a SpaceX thing coming in for a landing and then exploding, right? And then it's the two rockets that like land at the same time, which is like never going to get old, right? But they actually pulled it off yesterday.
I did not know that, actually.
They fucking did. Giant building-sized rocket floats down like a fucking whale, flips over, lands, does not blow up. History made.
And to think that there's people that don't believe in science.
Guppies.
The silence. When the sun comes in. When the sun comes in. It's power.
Where we go one, we go all. 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 Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Where we go one, we go all. Together we cannot fall. Silence when the sun comes in. Family we are building. Community and the tribe. Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Where we go one, we go. Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Where we go one, we go all. Together we cannot fall. Silence when the sun comes up. This is power. The silence when the sun comes up. This is power. Family we are building. The community and the tribe. We sing the power. We are the tide. We are the tide. We are the tide. And the tide. And the tide is rising. Rising. Oh, it's rising. Oh, it's rising. It's rising. Oh, together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Where we go one, we go all.
Yeah. And then NFT Game Day.
I'm not the bubble. 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 I'm not the bubble.
I freaking love that tune. Like, I can't wait for that to just be one of the Yoshi drops someday. Like, get added to, like. By the way, if you're not tracking YoshiDrops.com, you're gonna want to. That was just like a little brainstorm thing that Yoshi and Amblue had, and it's gonna turn into like a fucking tsunami. It's crazy. You know, like we're gonna do a bunch of music NFTs, a bunch of digital vinyls. You know, the way that Roar and Amblue and Yoshi and the team have started designing them. And you know, the vast majority of all the money that we raise for that is going to go to making the Wax blockchain entirely, the whole blockchain, the Wax blockchain. We're just going to make it carbon negative because fucking Amblue can't have a small idea. He's constitutionally incapable of having an idea that is small. And then you put him and Yoshi in the same room and just get out of the way. Just do stuff, to make some music if you can, you know, some art, throw it in the mix, and just, you know, glory in the power that it's the Yoshi and Amblue. I think that's the Yoshi drops to me. I think it's freaking incredible. You're still muted.
Yeah, sorry. So that's the interesting thing, really. If you think about it, it was a small idea, and it was actually a really big idea. How it started. There's an interesting origin story to that. It started on an interview I did with Amblue. For Generios. We did a Generios spotlight, and Blue showed this video, a digital vinyl video that he made called Generous. And he said, hey, like maybe I just give this to you guys and we can do like some charity thing together. And the Generios team came back and they said, yeah, I mean, we have some funds that we're going to match, and we're going to put, I think at the time it might be more now, but we're going to match 400 EOS. And so I talked to Blue about it and to Tim about it, and we kind of decided, okay, yeah, let's do a collaboration. We'll do some kind of cool collaboration, and we'll we'll donate, you know, to offset carbon, because that's something that, you know, the Australians are quite, you know, passionate about. And Blue came back in like 2 weeks because he moves fast. He came back in 2 weeks with Yoshi drops, and he's like, hey, look what we're gonna do. Right?
That's the thing. We were toying around with the Yoshi drops idea anyway, right? So and he's like a dog with a bone. Like he could smell something there that would be really magical, right? And it's fun when Amblue to me, when he looks distracted, I know he's not distracted. I know he's got another like $1 billion idea, and this might actually be it, right? So like, which is fun. So, and I just keep it like, hey, how can I help? He's like, and every time I ask that about Yoshi Justice, you just keep doing what you're doing, man. Okay.
Yeah.
I freaking love that guy.
And I mean, like, it's like the site's up. You can go visit it. I mean, it's great. You can read the background story about what this is going to be about. The tracks are already live. You know, put your name on the email list. And I mean,
and the tracks. So what Jimmy means by the tracks is Yoshi created.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, Yoshi created. I can play the stuff so we actually get some good audio on it. But Yoshi created a bunch of tracks, right? And how this kind of started is he gave Amblue and I access to this whole Dropbox of music. And that's where We Are the Tide came from. That's where the Uplifters came from. Like, I grabbed a couple of his tracks and just doodled it. Like, oh, I'm going to do some silly shit on here. And then I sent it back to Yoshi, and he produced two of the best songs I've ever had anything to do with, right? Like, I love these tunes. And I feel like I just kind of showed up for them, to be honest. Like, he makes them really good. And so, you know, you could pick something out of the Dropbox that's on there. And like me as a musician, you can add some music stuff to it. But what they're also doing is, you know, you could take it as a visual artist or an NFT artist, and, you know, pick a track and like make something special that really matches that. Or even if you have something that you already created that really matches that, and send, you know, 4,000 by 4,000 image of it to the team, and we're gonna match those up. And everything is in there. It's all described in there. And again, like the people that get selected to be part of these drops are going to get the mint ones. We're going to hold events where you can auction those off. So we're going to make the artists money, because that's, the win-win-win, right? We want to make sure the artists are making money as well. But the whole point is to, get mass market appeal, but also be, the revenue that we generate from this is going to go directly to making the entire Wax blockchain carbon negative, which is like,
so
fire that into my veins is what I mean by that.
So how that works, right? Like, you can look at the stats, and Wax themselves actually just came out with an article about, proof of work blockchains and how they're already, substantially less strain on the environment, which makes sense, right? Because there's no mining. And the EOSIO technology, and no, EOSIO technology is not only EOS. I mean, there's a plethora of blockchains using it. The EOSI technology that Wax ported away from, because they used to be on Ethereum, they ported over, to be able to do what they wanted to do, to cut costs and do all of these things. Now they're getting to the point where they're looking at it and they're saying, look, we can actually plant trees, right? Like, we can actually fund locking up carbon, right?
Right.
And by doing this, really speaks to me a lot, right? Because as a permaculturalist, like as an environmentalist, like I cringe when people say, you should recycle because it's going to save the planet. No, it's not going to save the planet. The recycling is great. Don't get me wrong. Recycle, please do it. Don't throw your garbage on the ground. Recycle. But recycling does nothing. All recycling does is prevent more garbage from being out there, right? Like, if you want to fix the planet, you need to do something progressive, right? You need to plant trees, right? You need to bring that nature back. You need to put that velocity of movement that we've taken out of, nature back into it. So what this does actually, like you're saying, we're not only offsetting, but we're actually building towards, creating air and creating carbon lockups for future generations, right? We're doing more than just not destroying the earth. We're actually putting, things back into place that we've destroyed already, that other blockchains have destroyed already, right? We're having a positive net effect on the environment around us by using these funds that we're going to get from these drops to, I think it's 2-year time frame, 2023, if I'm not correct. And I think we're planting something like, we're crazy, like 1 million trees or 2 million trees. I can't remember. It's on the site, but you can see it. And I'm guessing, I used to be a tree planter, oddly enough. And I'm guessing we're going to plant a hell of a lot more than 1 million trees. I'm just going to say that.
We could really this is one of those. By the way, we just hit 50. Thanks for sharing. And hey, guys, I love the having the people from Snaky and all the freaking cool communities and stuff in here. But the comment thing so far for us has been like a real conversation. If you have something to say, that's fantastic. If you want to spam, maybe just don't like that. And I know we might get more viewers, more other comments or whatever. I'm not super interested in that. I want to actually have a conversation with the people that are in the comment section. So just don't spam. It's not that hard. If you want to say hi, by all means say hi. But don't spam, please. And we just hit 53 concurrents, and I said I was going to drop another Metaforce NFT. So kablam.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's awesome.
Cheers, guys. Glad you're here, though. Don't get me wrong. Glad you're here. Just if you don't have anything interesting to say, shut your fucking mouth. Okay. Love you.
Yeah, that's how we roll. I like it. Because we should really focus on the people who are here every day, and we like doing that.
And there's more people coming all the time, right? But the whole idea where it's like a community shout out thing, and I get that, right? Because the NFT Army was the same way. NFT Army shows up, you're like NFT Army. I actually like that, right? I do. And the snaky people, we're actually talking about getting the snake community into one of the new maps and stuff. We're gonna be hanging out with these guys, right? And so I'm very excited that they're here. But it's just the constant I don't know what Free Antos thinks is, but tell us what that fucking shit is. That's fun, right? If it just ends up being a spam thing, I'll just end up blocking everyone, and nobody wins that way, right?
Or if you guys really want to spam, if you just have it in your veins that you need to spam, what you should do is you should spam free claim links for people to get NFTs. Do that because it's NFT Game Day.
Yeah, right. Yeah, give away NFTs. Then you can say whatever the fuck you want. Add value. Right, that definitely is adding value for sure. So what pricing curve will they be utilizing? I signed up when they first mentioned their NFTs on Discord. Presumably that's metaphor. So like I don't know what the pricing curve is. They have NFTs and they sold them in an event, and now they are out there. Although they're going to be doing some stuff or whatever.
I mean,
oh, that's hilarious. Antos keeps getting flagged in Alien Worlds, and they haven't unflagged him in 10 days. Look, that's hilarious. So this is basically an Alien Worlds like free a bot campaign. I'm sure he's not a bot, by the way, but just like that's amazing.
Okay, I mean,
advocacy is good, but thank you for explaining that because we didn't know, and like that's like, and also like I don't know who that is, but I mean we know people, so explain this shit to us. Who knows? Maybe we can help. I don't know. We'll call Yates and be like, hey, can you unflag this guy because people just really need some love. By the way, there's an amount of love that is too much love, and Malik, you found it.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
Maybe.
This is by the way, at 60 people, I guess we'll drop another Metaforce NFT because you guys are just rad. So that's fun.
We're gonna have to go in and do. We're gonna have to go in and do some gratitudes. Maybe we can do that.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm right in there. We can absolutely do that. I just want to create a link just in case we hit 60 right off the bat. I'll get in there.
So yeah, to all of the people who are falling in holes and getting stuck and can't get out.
What a weird. Because you imagine like 6 months ago, if you're like, hey, you're gonna be in 6 months, you're gonna be talking about the fact that people are gonna be trapped in holes, and you're going to have some governance model around people getting trapped in holes. What would you have said to that, Jimmy?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, just be careful. I mean, and if you have a giant hole on your plot, just be nice and drop a chest in the bottom of it with like just enough dirt for people to dig their way out, or just build stairs and let them dig their way out, right? Like
yeah. Well, and like some holes are natural and you can't get out of them, and this is the thing, right? You can't build anywhere that isn't yours, so that kind of makes sense, right? So it's a whole thing. And by the way, no, you don't, Jimmy. You're fucking beautiful.
Really? I just got off a stream yesterday with Adriana, and she told me I was more than a pretty face. So I'm not sure how I feel about that, Ricardo.
I mean, Adriana's opinion is definitely of a higher quality. Sorry, Ricardo. I'm sure you're very smart. But
yeah, that's a very good point, Cowie. Sorry, you're right. They can't place blocks anyway because
right.
That's not their land. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we need, and this is the thing, like. Yeah, like adding in the whole the / spawn thing, especially for these new maps, they're just getting started. People are just figuring out what's going on. Having the ability to just go back to the beginning and then travel back out. I think that's a good compromise. In fact, I'm actually going to write that down for the huddle for today. Oh, I did it. Right.
And Zester, you're right. They can't open chests on it. So I get confused sometimes, right? I only hang out on my.
Because you can do anything anywhere, Mr. Freaking God Mode. You just think that everyone else can.
Yeah, I mean, I fell in a hole today, and I was like. Gonna get out of this hole.
All right, hey, we're close to 60, so I'm just gonna drop another one, man. We love metaphors. You guys rock and roll. Have some. So I am said I see that CK map you posted last night. Is it one for other maps yet? No, believe me, when we have the other maps up, everyone will know. We'll announce it everywhere. That's a huge deal. I know everyone's missing those. If you haven't seen it yet on this channel, Gary and I did a video about how to add maps into the actual game itself, which gives you waypoints. It's very, very, very cool. It's like I would probably actually use that instead of the 2D map for the in-game stuff. But I mean, for the 2D map, we know that for people analyzing decisions on what they're going to do with their land, yada yada. We know that's a big deal. We're building a bunch of tools to help with that. That'll come out over the next couple of months. But yeah, the 2D maps aren't up yet. Not 100% sure when they're going to be back. That the sort of stopgap measures to install the kind of map that Gary and I showed people how to install in that video, and then of course the CK stuff for people figuring out what they want to do in the auctions is out now, and you'll be able to take a look at that. So yeah, boom.
So yeah, we've got quite a few new people in game recently, which is kind of cool. People are getting their London land keys or water keys, depending upon where you happen to be, which is fun. We need to,
Hey Jimmy, is this? Hey Jimmy, can you do this in the Upland?
In the Upland?
Yeah, in Upland, that 2-dimensional phone game. Can you do this?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think they have anything like this in Upland.
Yeah, I don't think they have
right? Could you
anything
actually,
like this
right?
anywhere, really.
Could you build a dragon on your land in Upland? I don't think you can.
Or a yeah. I mean, a dragon flying in the sky to me is pretty cool. I like that.
I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I was like, so
I
anyway.
saw a weird one today though. I saw a crocodile floating in the sky, and it was a really good crocodile. Like, it was really good. I'm like, wow, there's a crocodile floating in the sky.
Hey, and for the record, we love Upland. They were like, their Upland is proof that the real estate part of the Uplift game works, right? So we respect absolutely everybody working in this space. Upland has made something totally amazing. We're just biased, and we think the Uplift is cooler.
It's always going to be a different group of people who are in here, I think, right?
It's not actually. A lot of people from Upland are really, really loving what we're doing there because they get that kind of thing over there, and then
that's not what I meant. Like, I think
I want to figure out.
We're more of a community here, in my personal opinion. I think, I'm actually not more like,
because we're in it here, right? But like the Recurrier is part of the Upland community and a big part of it, right? And I know Left House and those guys are as well. And we're talking to the biggest whale in Upland is actually starting to create a presence in the Uplift. Nice. And they actually do have a really a burgeoning community over there that is intense. Of course, we're not in it, so we don't see it, right? But it's huge. And yeah, we're gonna write some gratitudes down. My first one is actually to Upland, Alien Worlds, Our Planet. I'll write that down in a minute because they've really shown us what's possible in this space, right? And we're obviously learning from all the experience that all the players have had with that to try and make the most magical experience in the Uplift we possibly can, right? And it's only because all the games that have ever come before us are sort of teaching us how to make it as awesome as we possibly can. And yes, to Tim Daniels' point, like Upland and Uplift, I want to figure out like the ultimate collab, like the way to bring the most value to the Upland community that we possibly can in a way that leverages everything the Uplift can do, and it can obviously be of high value to the entire Uplift community as well. I don't know exactly what that is yet, but I know that it exists. And when that happens, it's going to be a massive value add for both communities. I just don't know what it is yet.
So I didn't mean that they don't have a community. They do. I think I could be wrong about this, but like I see, so Prospectors I think is a good example. When Prospectors does their boom towns, you have alliances, and these alliances come together and they can go in game and they can share certain things, right? And I think that's something that maybe I think the Uplift takes from a lot of these other projects in different ways, right? It's kind of like a combination of all of the best parts of these other projects, right? And I think what really sells it for me in the Uplift is that in the game, right, there is this kind of in-game community that I just randomly encounter people that wander onto where I might happen to be, and throw me stuff, and then give me stuff. Like one dude, he's just like, hey, I want a sunflower. Can I give you 2 horses for it? And I'm like, yeah. I don't know. I can't say for certain that this doesn't happen in Upland, but they don't. I don't see it. There's no that community economy doesn't really exist. There's definitely community collaboration, people helping other people find things, right?
That stuff happens off game though, right? Because because of the way that Minecraft works, you're actually in a metaverse where you are in a place doing the things, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna find that in Upland Telegram channels. You'll find that in stuff that's sort of outside game layers, right? A lot in the ways that for proximity audio and for the early events in the Uplift, we're gonna be. The audio will be on, a Clubhouse, or it'll be on a private channel, or it'll be on this show or whatever, right? So we're sort of intermeshing the technologies that work in sort of our 3D world, and there's stuff that we can't do in there yet that we're doing, that we're using YouTube for that, right? And so that's where a lot of that stuff is showing up. But to your point, that's why the Uplift is such a magical sort of extension of those ideas. Is because instead of just having a Telegram channel where you're trading back and forth, whatever, no one can see it, you're literally I need a horse, and somebody walks by who's like, you want this horse? It's anyway.
Yeah. So I apologize for that misstep. I wasn't.
No, you're good.
It's a tough one for me today, actually. I'm grateful for positivity and I'm trying to keep it short for you. Letting go of like preconceived notions. I don't know how to keep that short. So positivity, and proper perspective, I guess, if that works.
I had to say perspective.
Proper perspective, yeah.
Proper perspective. Proper.
Yeah. Like I think a lot of like we talked about this a little bit last night on the roundtable that we did for the Crypto Writer channel. We had a really good crew there, but I think there's a lot of misconception out there about certain blockchains and what other blockchains can do, and a lot of people that just buy into everything they read on Twitter or Telegram. Discord not so much, because Discord is more community oriented, I think. But like, yeah, and I'm just happy that like we seem to have a community that is pretty positive and does their research and, doesn't equate what we're doing to, ideas or like schemas that are like 2, 3, 4 years out of date, because that happens all the time in the crypto space. Like, and I, it's funny because I always say this about like English as well, right? Like I have friends who are like, no, if you look this up in the dictionary, if you check Wikipedia, it says this. And I'm like, yes, but English is an evolving language. You can't just walk up to someone who has a smile on their face in the supermarket and say, hey, you're gay. Like,
you could.
Right? You could, but depending upon the country that you're living in, it's not going to go over very well. But you look that up in the dictionary, and up until recently, right? It only had one meaning, and it meant, really happy. And I mean, this is the thing. Things evolve over time. Blockchains evolve over time. Concepts evolve over time. We're in this world that is, in a way, it might not be completely decentralized, but it's a decentralized paradise. And I say that because there are a lot of projects that are doing a lot of things, only to be met with another project going over their heads and taking what they've discovered and doing it better. And there's two sides to this, in my opinion, in the blockchain space. There's the side that are the maximalists that say, oh, no, we're like the people who created this game first and it should be ours. Well, that's okay. But then maybe you should just, have a traditional company, not be in this space, right? And like, I just really see the power and potential in what we're doing here in the Uplift as a bunch of people who don't really care that much where they are. They're more focused on what they're doing and what good they can provide other people, what good they can provide the world, how much fun they can have in the world, what people they can meet. And it's just like a nice, refreshing place to be. Sometimes when you step out of this world, what you see out there in the real world is just a bunch of haters and people who are, critical. And this happens in the real world, even outside of blockchain, right? Like, and, I just like being embedded in this community a lot, because I think there's so much positivity and so many amazing people and so much wonderful things that are coming out of Uplift Legend, Uplift Art, the Wax Space in general, Alien Worlds, Upland, like all of these people that we've ever had on the show. They're people that aren't tied to a blockchain. They're tied to their notions. They're tied to a project, but they're building shit. And that makes a big difference. When you're building shit, when you're doing shit, you don't really care so much about which blockchain is going to win. You just want the best blockchain to build your shit on. And I think, like, for me, that's kind of what blockchain means. Sorry, that's a really weird long rant, but like it
was quite the long rant. I don't want to get in the way. Like you go to town, buddy. I was just thinking, like, it was really good to be able to get like while you were ranting, I wrote down a shit ton of gratitudes from all of our friends and sort of like internet family here, and like took a screenshot of this. And it goes back to like I had started this collection to actually start when gratitude walls get full. I wanted to mint them as an NFT, and I need to do that, and I need to get confirmed. So if somebody like I don't know, I don't want to like I need to get much better at getting these things confirmed on Atomic Hub or somewhere else, right? We talked about like Nifty Blocks needs to get that market finished, because if they had just an easy way for me to get my shit confirmed, so I didn't have to go through Jonah because I know how busy they are, I would just do shit over there. Like, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Anyway, somebody figure that out. And either way, because I've got my the Gratitudes collection. Like I spun that up a while ago, and I just need to start doing it. And maybe if somebody wants to volunteer to help me, they might end up making a shit ton of money doing it, because it's a thing that I'm going to do. So anyway, moving right along.
Just a quick note from the comments. Make sure that if you guys don't have Minecraft, that you're downloading the Java version. You have to do that. That's kind of important.
Yep, has to be Java. No, there isn't any exceptions. Apologies.
And it's not an R thing, so don't get angry at us because we don't support other things. It's a Minecraft thing. It's not.
Oh yeah, no, we would if we could. It's literally not possible.
Right.
So not right now, anyway.
I mean, we're kind of open that when they figure out what the Uplift is, that they're going to be like, holy shit, we got to support this on every single device, right? Because that would, make more sense.
Is it weird that I just love staring at this?
No, I think it's cool. It's got this weird. I like it as well. It's got this weird, like there's some Aurora Borealis out there. There is. There is not something you see here very often. So Maxim, yeah, me too. I've never played Minecraft before this. And
going around. It's going around. Yeah, the video that we have up. I think it was like the CurseForge launcher that we ended up using so that you could actually get the map. But you can actually you can load Optifine onto that as well. And Optifine is how you get these glorious ass shaders running on your stuff. And I think Gary and I are going to do a video on Optifine too, but you can Google it. That's all out there. Which is fun.
Hey, do you want to go check some stuff out while we're here?
I've just read Ricardo's thing and I want to go put it up on the wall. Yeah. But then afterwards we can absolutely do that because it's a good one. And for the record, there was a lot of good ones. I just saw that one and it just hit me in the face. And so I want to put that on there. I'm going to throw it on the side.
Where should we go?
Because it might need two.
Oh, I can't remember what I was going to say. Where I was going to go. That's all right. Yeah, we haven't done that in a while. Thanks, William. I didn't know that about Optifine.
Yeah, Optifine is how you get the shaders. It's the only way to get the shaders.
And he said it also speeds up the game.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
All right, Ricardo, you're on the wall. Cheers. All right, what were we saying?
I don't know. We should go somewhere and check stuff out. Hey, you know where we haven't been?
Let's go to Chicken Ka.
Well, we could do that. I was gonna say that we haven't been in Gratitude in a while either. So, but yeah, Chicken Ka, it's good actually because that's what 4 days.
It's pretty soon. So guys, there are Tech Geek. We've been having some good days. So this is in Chicken Ka. If I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna find out when that's gonna be open. We're opening up what we're calling a demo server. So that literally anybody with a Minecraft account can go in and take a look at the entire world of Chicken Ka, and of course the map is going to be live. So you're going to be able to pick, where if you want to, try and bid on any of the land there, you'll be able to do so, right? So that's the auctions for that are going to start on the 10th. No, there is not a whitelist. Anyone is welcome to come and join. It's going to be real good. And hey, the more people ask me to drop NFTs, the less I will do it. Just so we're completely and totally clear on that. That's just how I personally like to roll. Anyway, so this is Chicken Ka. This is actually just a tiny bit of Chicken Ka. I was over at the market. This is actually what you can do if you get connected rail, right? So some ladies that were in the server before we actually became the Uplift we seeded them some rail and as a connected chunk. So this is going to be pretty rare to see. It's not necessarily going to be an easy thing to do because you'll have to do it in the open market or bid on them or whatever. Actually, you know what's going to happen? And I can't believe it took me this long to figure it out. The outside rail in Chicken Ka, people are going to start buying that up in strands if they can, because it's going to be the cheapest way in the game to ever have done it, which is going to be interesting. Anyway, totally little aside there. So this is all on some connected rail plots, and these are all like freaking stores. Like, look at this shit, like cakes and sheer. I don't know, fucking awesome. And of course, this will end up being a little gallery. You're gonna be able to put pictures of NFTs up with QR codes that'll link out to real world stuff.
Hey, can you just stop for a minute and just stop for a minute? Now look the other way, 180. Now you'll notice there's a straight shot here. So people, for the love of God, you need to be able to walk straight through the rail plot at the center, number one. And number two, stop freaking tearing down the rails.
Yeah, here's the thing, Jimmy. I think we need to be clear on this for ourselves, for the Corey and Jimmy hour, right?
Yeah.
The number of people that are screwing up the rail is almost zero.
Yeah, they're
so not. let's not tell people to stop doing what they're not doing. Let's just let people know. Like the rail has to stay the way it is, right? That's the affirmative instead of the counter negative. Because the counter negative, we're pointing that at one person out of 4,000. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just like instead of
I didn't intend it that way. Sorry.
Yeah, but like, and because I've done that too, and like I'm learning as well. This is sort of like me having this process. Like I'd much rather kind of honor the people that are doing it really well, as opposed to just sort of seeming like we're doing that. But anyway, to Jimmy's point, and this is a rule. There has to be one path on your rail where you can walk straight through on the promenade, right? At this level, right? And it might even be over here, but it needs to be a way that you can walk straight through, because you can see how awesome this is and how amazing this is going to be. So don't F that up. And then the rail, which goes along each side, has to be unencumbered. So you can't put anything in the middle of the rail, and people need to be able to travel straight through. So that's one thing that we ask people on the rail to do. And when I say ask, I mean if you screw that up, we're gonna let you know that we're gonna fix it. And if you keep doing it, we'll replace your lot with like just the normal rail infrastructure. Like we will enforce that, because if you don't, like it screws up the experience for everybody else. And that's kind of where the only time we're really going to make a rule that we're going to enforce very, very intensely is if you're going to mess up the experience for other people, right? So just don't do that. And then, the creativity can kind of go bananas. All right, cool.
I mean, Ricardo, like it's okay if you mess it up. We're not saying that, but like what I'm saying is there's like a lot of new people that are coming in. And so I guess, to Corey's point, we should use the positive, but I just want people to be informed that, like, because I don't know if these rules are actually posted anywhere. It's just something that we keep saying. So yeah, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. And if you mess something up and then you fix it, thanks. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, and this is and we're exactly. And I think like we do need to message this stuff in an official capacity, which of course I think we've got somewhere, but I couldn't even tell you where it is. So that's a really good criticism for us, constructive criticism. And when people do that, we basically just go over there and like leave a sign and like, hey, you can't do this. Or like I put one on like an infinite motion machine, right? If you have an infinite motion machine, we're going to ask you to turn it off, because that's like a reward plugin stack that will eventually get you banned if you keep doing it. But in the interim, we'll just like basically, I saw it in world and I just put a sign there and said like, hey, we can't do this. Very inventive, but don't do this, right? And like people, this is the funny thing too. Like instead of having an infinite one, have an awesome roller coaster that has an end, right? But that like flies all around your thing and is actually fun for people to do, right? And so there's going to be ways to leverage that. Just you can't have away from keyboard machines that are basically printing money from a rewards pool that we all share. Like that's again, so you're messing up the experience for other people, and we will smash that aggressively. So just and there you go. Now you know. Anyway, this is the market, and it's awesome. That's what I want to say.
They did a really good job on this. This
is the thing, Jimmy. Someone's gonna own this, right? Like this is rail that like people are gonna be able to get. Oh, by the way, this is the new rail system they're actually putting in all through Chicken Ka, and for all of our future maps. They have 3 lines on them. This line is a straight shot all the way to the end of the map. There's the short lines that run about 100 yards. And then there's these ones that run, I think, like a kilometer, right? And they've got it set up so that rails will get automatically, taken off. So there's not going to be any rail spam. But this is a real thing. So this map is survival, right? And so on these things, you've got all this stuff. Like Greg designed these. He's really proud of it, and he should be. You can actually knock this tall grass down, and it'll give you wheat. So you can actually start planting food just from what's on here already, which is fun. And then of course you're gonna have trees, so you can make tools out of that. But there's also everyone gets a little bit of tools and a little bit of food. So like right off the bat, yeah, we're kind of setting you up for success. So even if you have one of these rail plots and it's like in the middle of the ocean, it's still, you're still going to have like enough to kind of start off with, which I think is really, really cool.
Yeah, it's a little bit problematic in London, actually. Like if you're in the middle of the ocean and like you're on a 50 by 50 that's not even connected to the rail, that can be definitely problematic. Like hopefully you have some, I mean, I guess for me, it's a little bit easier for other people who have like, rights in other worlds that are survival. Then you might, like if you have a rail plot, and then you have a plot that's land, like you can actually take from that rail plot and use some of that soil to like, build yourself a little platform or something like that, right? But if you only have a plot of water, just find somebody. Like I'll come and donate some dirt to you. So
right.
Least,
well, in this
like,
thing,
you can at least stand there. Like I'll do that. So if you track me down in the Telegram, and you're like, yeah, Jimmy, I got this water plot, and I can't do anything because like I'm just swimming, like, and I can't break blocks on anywhere else. I will build you a and I'm not ashamed to say this. I'll use creative mode to do it. I will build you a 5x5. I will build you a 5x5 island that you can stand on, plant some wheat and a tree. And
I'm not sure that you understand the shitstorm you're signing yourself up for right now. I love that the chicken. So this is an automatic color loom. So this actually makes colored sheep, and then the sheep die, which is sad, but it is what it is. And then this stuff comes in here and like does things, and then you just shoot stuff down the bottom until you have stuff. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah. There are machines you can build, and we're actually gonna have to analyze how much lag that creates in the system. Anyway, this is the giant loom machine, and if I'm not mistaken, there's actually a QR code somewhere around here. You can actually see the building of it. Hopefully, I don't know where it is now.
Yeah, so this loom, I believe, was made by Russ, I believe.
Yep.
If you've ever tuned into a Sunday Gratitude
Point
ceremony,
your phone
in there.
Point your phone at that. Should work, actually. I don't know about that the cursor, if you can see the cursor in there, but
yeah, I don't know if it'll work through that or not.
Fine, let's find out.
Yeah, he's great. He understands.
Boom,
for sure.
It worked. Woohoo! Freaking love these QR codes. And by the way, this is one that he made. Right, so like this is not a picture install. This is one that he made out of blocks, which is badass. That's what we're gonna call that. Oh, this is what I was gonna do. Hey, thanks for the request to clean house a little bit. Again, like out of 60 people, we had one who was annoying. That's pretty good. I like those numbers. And they're gone forever. So goodbye. And thank you. But the main point. Just thanking everybody else for being so freaking cool all the time. We appreciate it. You could almost say we're grateful for it. Anyway, so this is all Chicken Ka. They got, again, the new rail type in it. I think Gary was saying something about the fact that they might have improved the rail even still. But yeah, Chicken Ka, they've actually replaced all the rail in it. I don't know, Gary, if you knew that. This is all the newer version. I don't know if it's the newest version because you guys keep fucking making things better really fast, which is crazy. So this is the town center. You can't buy land here yet, but and I don't think it's going to be too long. Each one of these squares is actually going to be for sale. You'll be able to put a house up like that. It's actually the what we call the CK7, the Chicken Cost 7 is the ruling council of this sort of city state / world, and they built all this stuff up to and including this amazing gazillionth wonder of the world. And I'm not going to show you what's underneath here, but you're going to want to see it because it's freaking incredible. And you can get in there by going in this little door down here. Chicken Cop Pyramid and mine entrance. Just the amount of work that they put into this is just almost unbelievable. Like, it's really, really amazing. I'm really proud of them, frankly. Because this isn't even it. Like, there's a bunch of other shit too.
Yeah, it's if you scroll back a couple months in the Telegram channel, you can find a few hidden gems in there, videos that Greg and some other people put out. But yeah, it's exciting. I mean, this is essentially maybe, I'm not sure if this is right or not, but essentially this is the first full-fledged world that's been launched, right? Like the other ones have kind of been, people have been in building things, and I'm sure they're going to build more stuff. What is that? Is that birds?
They're actual birds. Yeah, this is the bird. What do they call them? Estuaries? What do they call them? This is where all the birds hang out. Bird sanctuary. Cool. Yeah. And they got, of course, the giant parrot. Zestra, who built this? I know it was one of the CK7 or a couple of you, but I don't know. And I'm pretty sure I was even told, but I forget.
That's really cool.
This guy's looking at me. He's like, what's up? I can't believe this is in the Uplift, dude. There's been so many times over the last couple of days, especially with like some of the shots that Gary took with some of the new shaders. I'm like, this isn't even real. Like, this can't be real. That we're sort of this far ahead already. It just stuff is just really, really cool. It's one of their little salamander things. And again, so this is the center of the city where of the chicken cow world, and it's going to be survival world, and the auctions for rail and land go live on the 10th, and you're going to be able to see a map, right? This is like the new innovation that we're rolling out for this, is that you're going to be able to take a look at a map of chicken cow, and it's going to have all the regions on it that you can buy the NFTs for. And you'll be able to click on the region that you want. It will take you directly to the auction page for that asset, right? So, for example, this is about the size of a rail plot, and you'll be able to find this on the 2D map, right? Just off from the transportation hub, and click on it, and it'll take you to the auction page for that asset on Atomic Hub. And we're actually going to have, I think, 2,000 separate auction pages for all the different pieces of land and rail that are going on sale for this. No one's really ever done that before, so we're hoping it works. I'm pretty confident. We have the best team on the face of the earth. I mean, I'm biased. I'm sure there are other really, really good teams. I just really love ours. So anyway.
Right.
Yeah, these new rail systems are just awesome. That was a little busted, but whatever.
I mean, it really makes more sense that you can, kind of determine where you need to go, right? Like, I think just having one rail that like you have to, stop and get off, like that, having the 3 lines where you're kind of forced to stop at a certain point, like that's really good, I think, and it makes things a lot easier for keeping the rails clean and stuff like that too, right? Yeah. It's just, I'm so excited for them because this whole experiment, and again, just so you guys know, these guys were in this world with me before it was the Uplift, right? My buddy Greg, Uplift Greg, I call him Waz. We were doing this together as like an experiment, kind of almost like a media experiment, right? And of course, we started the gratitude ceremonies on Sundays, and Greg and I were doing some interviews in the space. And then we, created the first cathedral, which is in Old World, which is full of gratitudes. And that started picking up steam. And then, of course, we went over and built the new one, the one with the crazy dome and all that stuff, right? And so it just evolved from this. And, these people were here from before anyone had even heard the name The Uplift. And so I'm really, really excited that they, get to have this place to really flesh things out, and they have, right? Like the amount of work that they've put in to making this a place that people want to kind of own, NFTs in. That's an awesome plot. That mountain that goes.
This one, there's a few of these. I love these ones. Gary was like, "Oh, we should get rid of all this stuff." Somebody, maybe it wasn't Gary, wanted to like clear out all this stuff. Like that's crazy. No, you'd have to leave the mountains. It's
I mean, it reminds me of Japan, to be honest. Right? Trains running through mountains.
Like, yeah. I love it. I'm a huge fan. Sorry if I was busting your balls, Gary.
That's a sweet plot. Like,
there's a few of them.
You get that whole wall and that like overgrown.
Right. With the demo server that we're going to open up, anybody with a Minecraft account could get in, look around. You're not gonna be able to do anything, but you're gonna be able to check everything out at ground level if you want, right? And we'll have the map running, so you'll be able to take a look. Like even all these ones, right? Like this is a rail plot, right? It's just cool.
I don't think that exists in any other world like that.
Oh yeah. There's a few of them. There's some. There's some in Genesis that are like that. Recurrier's been trying to lock down, and they're like ultra giant mountains. It's amazeballs.
Over the rail plot. That's cool.
Yep.
I haven't seen them yet. That's really cool.
Oh no, you can't go in there. I wonder what's in there. Oh, I guess you guys aren't going to be able to see. Greg and I actually did apparently the only video that's going to be shown that's a hint video about what Shipultopia is going to be. So that's fun. You can check out my video with Greg about that. This is weird. Cool. Yeah.
That's the thing, though. We have what? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 sectors now open to the public.
Well, Old World is still, you can't build there.
No, but people can go in, right?
You can go. That's where everyone starts. So you can get there for sure.
So Londum, Genesis, Gratitude. So there's 4 that like people who have land could potentially go to.
Yeah.
And they're so big. Like some of them are a little bit smaller. Londum's a little bit smaller, but they're so big that like I haven't even seen it all. Like I haven't even seen all the stuff
and we
that
can't,
people haven't built on, right? Like
right. Yeah. No, I think like the time so that like because Jimmy and I used to go see every build. Like that's just what we did. We saw every single build. And now, like I think that the escape velocity for when we just will never be able to do that again has already been reached. Yeah. Like we're never going to be able to see everything that people have done. There just won't be enough time. Which to me, that like to have exploded that much creativity into places is just it's shocking. And this is the thing, too. That's a notice for anyone who wants to get into YouTubing. We're not going to keep up. Guess what that means? You should probably start something now that is going to promote other people's builds.
And we also have we won't announce it today, but we have a cool little thing that's coming that's going to basically showcase all awesome people's builds. So there's going to be like a catalog coming out very soon that will showcase awesome people's builds, and we'll be able to go and see them, and you'll be able to see where they're coming from.
I kind of want to end the show right now.
Okay.
Just kidding. Don't do it. Don't do it. It was funny too because if he'd done it, I was like getting ready on the button, just like no, because that button is inviolable. Once he does the chop, it's over. Just kidding. Nerd King, I said you'll see every single build on Genesis in a small video on VR soon. What?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but I like it.
Yeah. When are you coming on the show, and can we play the video on the thing? Oh my god! And like that's I know. I think I have the. I need to upgrade my system. I think I have the a version of. Like I think I can stream some VR stuff, so we're gonna have to figure that out because if we can, or if you're cool with it, Nerd King. By the way, awesome name. We would love to host that here. Or if you do it on your channel, or like however, like whatever the win-win-win for you making that, because that's fucking incredible. Either way, come on the show so we can show snippets and send people to wherever you want to send people, because that sounds amazing.
That makes a little bit more sense. Sammy will have it. Sammy's going to be on our show next week.
Oh, great! Fine.
Yeah. So
that's amazing, dude. That's incredible. I haven't even done this in VR yet. Clearly, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, exactly. I am. Wow, nerd. Guess I need VR now. Right. And like the whole, and this has always been kind of part of the plan, right? Like we want to bootstrap this into VR, but guess what? You kind of already can, which is crazy.
By the way, I don't know if you saw it, Corey, but I am offered to help out with maybe the gratitude wall thing.
Okay. Yeah, I am. Let's DM me on Telegram or Discord. And we'll talk about it because I really I want that to be a thing, and I don't know if you've seen, but time is now at a premium. So I want to bring somebody on, and again, this is a whole other collection. It's a for-profit collection that I'm doing myself, and so whoever I bring on, I'm going to put you to work, but we're going to make some money.
And I can't I can't think of another better person to
Yeah, I am here every day.
You're here every day, and we love you, so that's awesome.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I'm going to give away. See, nobody has asked me for a free NFT in like 10 minutes, so I'm going to give one away. That's how this works.
Well, you do that. I'm going to go live very soon for the second episode of To the Edge of Obscurity and Back Again with our good friend Sean from over on the Crypto Writer Finney side. So that's going to be fun if you're around in, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes or so.
Awesome.
And you know what else I think we should do, Corey? I think, one time very soon, once all of these things that, we know are going to get done with all of the builds, and we can see different, NFTs and stuff like that. I think we should have an Uplift builder roundtable. I think that would be fun.
That's a great idea. That's a really good idea. Like get
Abby and Jason and some of these guys over. Like that would be fun.
That's a sweet ass idea. And maybe when we do that, we can launch the thing that Hustle House and I are fucking with.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Let's pin that. Like get Gary on there. There's some pretty sweit builders in the Uplift world if you're new and you haven't checked them out, right? I mean, Michael, you say like he's killing it. I like he just builds stuff and gives it away now.
Yeah, I love that. Elena, how will the Uplift Builder Roundtable work? We'll just have a lot of people on the show. That's what roundtable means. We just have like 6 or 7 people on the show, and we sometimes do it in an organized way where they each get to speak, and then sometimes, most of the time, we just don't. We just say, "Hey, welcome." Talk amongst ourselves. But then for this, we would definitely show off builds for each one. Like I would imagine this is a little bit different, right? We would, promote the builds for each one, have them talk about their process, have them talk about how, just kind of where they come from. Because that's the biggest thing. The reason why I love that idea, Jimmy, is that I want to make these people into superheroes. Like I want to promote the shit out of them and make them famous, frankly, right? Like Avi needs to be famous, in my humble opinion, right? And Gary does too, frankly. Like Gary, if you haven't seen the Boyd, we haven't been there in a while. Like I used to go there every day and just be like, what is happening, right? It's incredible, and it still is. We should go back there soon. Chicken cause coming soon, blah blah. So yeah, Gary's another one that's just like mind-boggling. This can't be real, and yet it is. It's crazy.
I mean, I was in there today with Gary, and it's just amazing. Like there's going to be some really cool documentation, I think, coming out from a variety of different projects. Like if you're following any of the other YouTube channels that are doing videos on the Uplift already, like there's some really cool, backstories to a lot of the stuff. The Hustle House, obviously, but Raul, he has his own show. He goes in and looks at certain things. I think like this could be a whole new series on its own. The Builder Roundtable, right? I mean,
for sure. Yeah, like that's something that and again too, like we're recruiting for this channel, right? Like we want to have content going on this channel all the time, right? Not just us. And so Jen is doing the Jen's Awesome Show. Raul has done a couple things. Brad and Greg do like builder videos a bunch. So if you want to run a show on this channel, that would be a great one, right? Like just have like a builder spotlight or what have you. Because again, we know that we're not going to be able to keep up to the amount of creativity that's going to come into the Uplift, like at all. And we really want to make sure that as many people as humanly possible just kind of get some airtime, right? If you build something really amazing, in there, we want everyone else to kind of know who you are, like, right? Because that creates value for the entire ecosystem, which creates, ultimately, creates value that will actually bleed out of the ground in the Uplift, which of course is the whole point. Can we see top 5 builds in the server right now? No, because the show's over. But we could do that as a show. Maybe that's something we do, Jimmy, one of these days. It's just like, what are the top 5 builds? What do you guys think the top 5 builds are?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. That's like in my opinion, that's a really difficult question because like a good friend of mine.
If you had to list 5 right now, what would the first 5 be?
Yeah, so I'm going to have to actually sit down with a pen and paper and do this, and I haven't even seen them all. I think, like, from my unjaded perspective, I would, like, if we're going to go, like, actual buildings as opposed to, like, land pieces, I would say Michael Eos USA's roller coaster. That's pretty clutch. And also the room. Where's the room? What's it called?
Blue room?
No, I forget the Alien Worlds character. The
Robotron. Yeah,
the Robotron. Yeah, that's really well done. What the guys over, I think, on Discordia are doing is pretty sweet. There's some pretty sweet builds.
That whole map. That's the thing. Like the whole, I think we'd almost need 2 categories, right? Like actual element, like roller coaster or whatever, but then like full builds, Boyd, Block Base, Discordia.
Boy, amazing.
EOSIO's in there, but like there's a couple I think others that
Joaquin
are amazing.
From 01, I think, right? His UX thing is awesome.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting that one. Yeah, and that one keeps growing. Like I need to get over there and check that one out. So yeah,
and
I think
the wax build, and these are all in creative. That doesn't even touch like the survival map. And I mean, Anders, Pyramid can definitely compete with these creative ones, right? So
yeah, Russell's build. If you actually go up to the volcano just outside of the cathedral. And you can get inside that volcano, and there's like a big roller coaster that goes all the way through there. And then like Jen's town that's just outside the thing. That's the thing. There's so many fucking cool ones. Other ones on Genesis. Thank you, Nerd, for this. The Hulk, the robot. There's like a big Jaeger in there. The pixel art that is massive and flat. Can't explain it. The one with all the colors. So that's in Gratitude. I think they actually have some other ones as well, but the big mural that Jen did in the Blue Room is another one that needs to be included. The modern building, 4,400. I wonder who that is. That might be the whole Hustle House build now, right? If you've been in there, especially with these new cell shading colors, like, oh, it's just so good. Oh, and Lads. Oh my God, Cowie, thank you. The whole Lads thing, like easy top 5 for like whole land plots. And they've got elements in there that would be, on the element list as well. I
kind of want to play with this. We should have like I think once all this other stuff that we're working on comes out, it'll be a lot easier because we're probably like there's probably stuff that we're not even seeing, right?
Yeah.
Like we need a top 10. Like,
I know, like even weekly, right? Seriously. So if somebody wants to take the top 5 builds of the week, make that a show on this channel, and we will promote the shit out of it because it's something that needs to exist. And our heads are close to exploding from all, like we were literally working like 12 to 16 hours a day. We can't really do anymore, but this needs to exist. So somebody freaking, put shoes on, put your pants on, don't put pants on. This is all streaming. I don't have pants on right now. That's a lie. But like, come do this. We'll show you how to use this channel and just do it. If you're passionate about this at all, especially like Nerd King with the freaking VR thing. Are you fucking shitting me? Like that, like let's do this on this channel or do this on some channel. I don't care, but make it happen because that is so huge for people. I want to see it like really bad. Anyway, all right, we got to go back do work on other stuff. God damn, communities should vote on the winners, says Ray. You're totally right. I just don't know what the right thing is for that, right? Yeah, well, I'll tell you right now, like what. Yeah. And so what Hustle and I are doing, right? We're building a top 100 list. And it'll be like a massive NFT drop, right? And all the cards are going to have a picture of the build that you submit, and we're going to start promoting this over the next couple of days. I just got to finish off the couple things for the forum. So it'll have hopefully your Twitter name because we want to kind of focus on doing some Twitter promo with this, right? Your Twitter @ will be like hidden in the image. We're going to put the location, the world and location of the build, and whatever kind of include on that. Or it'll be an NFT. And we're going to take the top 100 of all the submissions that we get. And of course, we're going to do videos of the top 10. We're going to have a big blenderized fucking thing. And there's going to be this is going to be a massive drop. We want to have people to have collections of these things and plan on collecting them all, right? So it's like a fairly simple thing, but it's going to be designed around promoting all the things that exist now. The reason why I'm bringing all this up is we're not going to be the only ones doing it. And we shouldn't be, right? If you have an idea for how to promote and increase the value and do an NFT collection from the Uplift, right? And you're partnering with people that are building things in the Uplift and making them famous and doing other things, whatever, like that, there will be more than just this, right? So this is not going to be an exclusive thing by any measure. We're just going to be one of the first ones to kind of play with this idea. This is an open invite. Anyone that wants to kind of create this kind of content, of course, being super respectful and including the builders and all that, yada, 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 right? Like you gotta be smart about it. But people are going to do it, and I'm excited about it because that's the thing. There's no way to keep up, and so getting that creativity out in meaningful ways is going to be the work of decades, and people will make many waxes with it, I think.
Yeah, and to go back to the early days of this channel, it was one show once a week, and then it became one show one day a week, every day a week, once a week, and then it became our show and another show with Courier, and then another show with Brad the Builder, and then another show with Raul, now another show with Jen. And we've kind of, in a way, what we're aiming to do is create this network where there's a variety of people doing a variety of different things, because everyone's interested in different things. And, we're kind of okay with that. Like, I think Corey and I we will always do this. We will always do this at this time, and this will be our thing. But like, we're happy to have, Jen's random interviews that go up, because they're not timed, right? We're happy to have a show with Brad the Builder and with Courier on Friday, which you'll be doing later today, Corey, actually.
Yep.
And we're happy to have all of these people, but we're getting to the point where like we want more. We literally want more people on here doing more cool stuff with the Uplift, ideas that we haven't even thought of. So if you have an idea, like Corey said, let him know, let us know, let me know, and we want to get you some airtime, within reason.
Yeah.
What he said.
All right, guys. By the way, a lot of these other things too, like we're going to be, I think, having the ability to do promo packs, which I'm really, really excited about. When we get our heads wrapped around it, I think we'll start doing more of those pools. So if you have Zestra as an example, if you have NFTs, if you've got your own lines and things like that, and we sort of know you and love what you're doing, and Zestra would definitely qualify for that. We'll throw them in some promo packs and be giving those out on the show as well, just to kind of give people a chance to spread the word out about their projects, which could kind of throw this in here as well. Make sure that the story of your NFTs is in your NFTs, because especially in any promo ones that you send us, so that'll be good. Yeah, pack randomly falls from the sky in the Uplift, literal pack drops. So it's gonna kind of work like that. Only you're just gonna like some of you will have noticed in the Uplift, hey, you did 10,000 steps or whatever, right? Like, I'm not saying that that's the rewards plugin tracking stuff, but I am. Fuck it. That's what I'm saying. That's the rewards plugin testing that we're doing. So it's tracking that stuff, which is fun. But in that same pop-up, you're going to be able to get to the point where, hey, you found an NFT, and it's going to show you in the game that you found an NFT, and you're like, oh, cool. It's not going to tell you what it is. You're going to have to go to Atomic Hub to find out what it is. But that's something that we're working on right now, which is going to be real fun. All right.
We'll be back on Sunday night, I guess, for a weekly roundup as a precursor to the gratitude ceremony that happens every Sunday. Corey will be back later. I'm going live in about 5 minutes, and we will see you guys all next time. Thank you for joining.
One more thing. Tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Nick and I are doing happy hour on Clubhouse again. Just watch our Twitter. Follow Nick. He does like way faster. Whoa. At sending stuff out. He'll probably put stuff in the Telegram chat as well. So anyway, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to drink and answer questions.